God has blessed me. This is my 48th year of ministry. And that doctor told me I could forget about a career in music. Have I been sick the whole time? Off and on? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Off and on. Has a lot of it been my fault? Yeah, a lot of it's been my fault. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, a disorder. I deal with it today. I'm dealing with it right now. Just took some medicine for it. But Dr. John Jaregi at Beverly Hills Hospital told me that changed the direction of my life. That changed the direction of my life. The sickness that I was dealing with, all of those things, and just kind of said, okay, my life is going a different direction now. Going a different direction.
The heartbreaking news has just hit the global Christian community. Legendary gospel singer, worship leader, and pastor Dr. Ron Kenoly has passed away at the age of 81. He went home to be with the Lord on February 3rd, 2026, leaving behind a legacy of powerful, scripture-rooted worship that has touched millions across the globe. Just 4 days earlier, on January 30th, 2026, Ron Kenoly himself posted on Instagram celebrating his 81 years of life and his 48 years in ministry. In that post, he gave special shout-outs to the people who helped him reach over 123 nations in the last 20 years of his journey, including his longtime music director, Bruno Miranda. Little did anyone know those would be among his final public words of gratitude. This morning, Bruno Miranda confirmed the sad news in a deeply moving tribute posted on Ron Kenoly's official Instagram account. Let me share parts of what Bruno wrote, because it captures the heart of who Doc, as he affectionately called him, was. This morning, February 3rd, 2026, we said goodbye to Dr. Ron Kenoly. For over 20 years, I had the honor of walking alongside him in ministry around the world, not just as his music director, but as a son, a student, and a witness to a life marked by faithfulness. Doc was very intentional about one thing. He was never an artist, never an entertainer. He was a worship leader. And he took all the time necessary to explain what that truly meant. A worship leader's calling is not to perform songs, but to lead people into true worship in the presence of a king, the King of Kings, Jesus Christ. He taught me that a worship leader is not merely a song leader, but a servant who connects with people whose hearts are open to worship, guiding them to enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Psalm 104, ES5. Worship, he would say, is always rooted in gratitude for what Christ has done for us, and never in anticipation of what we want him to do. Off the stage, Doc carried the same integrity, humility, and reverence for God that the world saw under the lights. Today, we grieve deeply but not without hope. The worship he lived is now the worship he beholds. Until we meet again, my pastor, my mentor, my friend. What powerful, tear-jerking words from someone who walked so closely with him for decades. Just days before his homegoing, in his final Instagram reel, posted around January 30, 2026, Ron Kenoly shared an extended, heartfelt message that now feels like a beautiful, faith-filled farewell. In this over 50-minute video, he reflected on his 81 years of life and 48 years of ministry, celebrated God's faithfulness, recounted his 1975 rededication to Christ, thanked key supporters, and reaffirmed his lifelong calling. Not as an entertainer, but as a servant leading people into genuine worship rooted in gratitude for what Christ has already done. Importantly, he also spoke openly and transparently about the serious health battles he was facing in his later years. Issues that added even greater weight to his words of hope and surrender. In one key section early in the reel, Ron addressed his ongoing condition directly. He mentioned dealing with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, as part of the daily issues he was managing. He shared that he had just taken his medication for it moments before recording.
At the signing party, on November 19th, that same year, 1975, I rededicated my life to Christ. I said, Father, I don't know what you're going to do with my life. I don't know. I was sickly. That's another thing, too. Because the same issues that I deal with today chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, a disorder. I deal with it today. I'm dealing with it right now. Just took some medicine for it. But Dr. John Jarigi at Beverly Hills Hospital told me, you don't plan on having a career in music because you can't hardly breathe. I was so downhearted, and that's when I decided I'd go back to go to Mama's house. And that's where we wound up. And I decided, okay, I don't know what to do now. I don't know where to go. Except go back to Mama's house. And Mama's all, y'all know all of y'all are mamas. You're going to figure out something. We have to make a pallet on the floor. We're going to figure out something. Huh? Yeah, anyway, I decided, well, I got my GI Bill. I'm going back to school. So that's what I did. I went back to school, got my degree, got my AA degree in music. And then from then on, I went to Bible college. I got my bachelor's degree. Then I went on and got a master's in divinity. And then I went to Friends International University in Merced, California, and I wound up getting 2 doctorate degrees, one in religious studies and one in sacred music. And since then, this is my 48th year in music ministry. And I never prayed. Now, this was my prayer. At 8 years old. And so I only had two dreams. I want to sing. I want to travel. I never asked God to be rich. I never asked him to be famous. I just want to sing. I just want to travel. And there's a lot more to my story, but we just came back from Indonesia. How many of you stayed awake in geography class? How many of you know where Indonesia is? God has blessed me. This is my 48th year of ministry. And that doctor told me I could forget about a career in music. Have I been sick the whole time, off and on? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Off and on. Has a lot of it been my fault? Yeah, a lot of it's been my fault. I didn't always eat right. I was looking at the pigs in the blanket today, and I thought, I gave up on the pig, y'all. Okay, I'm trying to stay alive. But, no disrespect to anybody. But I've had to deal with dietary situations. Okay, just to stay alive. And but I have gone to every continent except Antarctica. I've gone to 123 nations. The only 2 nations that I want to go to that I haven't been to, one of them is Russia. But Grace has got me scheduled there in the spring of this year. And the other one is Egypt. Believe it or not, I had a hit record in the Coptic language in Egypt. But when it was time to go there, they were having trouble with the Christians and the Muslims. So, you know, you don't go to somebody else's house when the mom and dad is fighting.
There you go.
You know, you just stay out of that. So anyway, I'm right on the threshold of completing my dream. 2 more places, Russia and Egypt. And I'm 81 years old. The body's getting weak and slow. But the guys on the tour, the band and band members and people that travel with me, they kind of get concerned about me.
Yeah.
But they made up this little phrase. They said, "Just get Doc to the mic, he'll be all right."
But pretty much that's all you know. You've been doing that, you know.
And you know what? Ari and Grace can back me up on this. I mean, and all the guys all the young people that travel with me and work with me, many of them have their own churches, many of them on ministry, several people, even right here in town, are mentored, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, did I lose my thought? Yeah, I lost my thought. But I'm just so thankful at this season of my life. I just want to finish strong.
His tone remained warm and grateful. He didn't complain or despair, but framed these challenges within his trust in God's sovereignty, showing the same integrity and reverence he always modeled. Born on December 6, 1944, in Coffeyville, Kansas, Ron Kenoly rose to international prominence in the 1980s and 1990s through his live worship recordings with Maranatha Music and later Integrity Music. His energetic style, blending powerful vocals, massive choirs, and joyful praise, brought congregations into God's presence in a fresh, dynamic way. He's best remembered for timeless anthems that still echo in churches today. Ancient of Days, that majestic declaration of God's eternal reign, Lift Him Up, Jesus is Alive, Hosanna, etc. These songs aren't just hits. They've become staples in worship services worldwide, especially across Africa, where his ministry had a profound impact. Generations of worship leaders and gospel ministers credit him with shaping their understanding of what it means to lead people into God's throne room, not to entertain, but to serve. Beyond the stage, Ron was a pastor, a teacher, and a mentor. He emphasized character, obedience, and a deep reverence for God as the foundation of true worship. His influence stretched far beyond the United States, reaching hearts in over 123 nations through tours, recordings, and personal impartation. He is survived by his wife, children, and grandchildren, including his wife, Diana, whom he married in 2014. Today, the church worldwide is grieving, but as Bruno reminded us, we do not grieve without hope. Ron Kenoly's voice may be silent here, but the worship he modeled continues, in our churches, in our homes, and now perfectly before the throne. Rest in peace and perfect worship, Dr. Ron Kenoly. Your legacy lives on every time we sing Ancient of Days or lift our hands in gratitude. Thank you for showing us what it truly means to be a worship leader. If this tribute moved you, drop a comment below with your favorite Ron Kenoly song or how his music impacted your life. Let's honor his memory together in the comments. And if you're watching, hit that like button, subscribe for more reflections on gospel legends and worship, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Until we meet again, keep worshiping the King of Kings. God bless you.